Hey everybody, it's Jordan here. Welcome to the very first post on my new channel called AfroLivity. Here you can find everything you're ever going to need about plant-based living. I'm going to be talking about how to be plant-based on a budget, because everybody says, oh well, being vegan is super expensive. It isn't. That's like a huge myth, and I'm going to definitely be breaking that one down. I'm going to be talking about my day-to-day, what I eat on a regular basis, which foods I really recommend, which ones I tend to stay away from, just anything. I want to get it out there. I've learned so much and I just want to share the rest with anybody who's willing to learn. And I want to learn from other people too. So, if there's something I've said in a video that you don't quite agree with, or you thought, yeah, that's true, but this is also true, did you know that? Feel free to share it with me. Just let me know. But anyway, preamble and talk aside, today's first video, I'm basically going to be doing a little recipe. So I am going to show you how to make your own almond milk. Super easy, really cost effective, and you can do it without all the strange preservatives that are often found in store-bought almond milk, such as carrageenan, which has been it's got a bad rap at the moment for causing digestive stress, gastrointestinal inflammation. I must admit, when I used to drink Alpro and other brands of almond milk which had those components, I often found like it was a bit hard to go down and digest. When I switched to other brands which didn't use those preservatives, and I found, hey, it wasn't as difficult to go down, but the only problem was they're pricey, like £2 for a litre. And for me, a 22-year-old, I'm a student, can't really be spending that money on a regular basis, right? So buying the almonds and using filtered water or bottled is a lot more cost effective, and it's healthier, and it's great. You can control the consistency, you can do anything you want, you can add your own ingredients, you can make chocolate almond milk, you can do anything. But I'm going to stick to the regular one, and if you want to add anything else to it, then feel free to do so. Share your recipes, tell me about it, Anyway, let's get going. Hey again. So basically, here are the ingredients. So I've got about 140 grams, I'd say, of raw almonds, which I soaked from last night. You need to soak them just to make them easier to blend and to also help bring out those nutrients. You've got to soak them. So if you're going to make almond milk, a word of warning, you need to plan ahead. Soaking, same with like things like lentils and pulses. If you want to make them easier to digest, make the nutrients more available to you, you should really soak them for a few hours before or overnight. So next I've got some vanilla essence, straight from St. Lucia, but you can actually buy this in the UK. But yeah, I was there this year, brought this back. It's really great stuff, and you could just drop it in, and it really helps to enhance the flavour. I'm going to try, I haven't put these in almond milk before, but I'm going to put a tiny bit of molasses in, just to add some sweetness. And it's far better, it's superior to granulated sugar in almost every way. So I don't use granulated sugar at all. So and then another thing, I've got some Himalayan pink salt. It did cost me £3 to get this, and it's only 140 grams, but bear in mind I bought this in, I think, June, and we're now October, and that's how much I've used. Just there, if you can see that. It's not really that much, but then again, I don't really cook with this stuff. This is probably one of the only times you'll ever see me using pink salt, or any salt. Well, that's the only type of salt I use, because I don't believe table salt is great for your body. They're throwing all these weird, compounds, even fluoride and stuff like that. And most of the great benefits and the trace minerals you get in sea salt or in pink salt have been stripped during the process. It's similar to the process used for granulated sugar. It's just not worth it. So, and then here I've got 500 milliliters of water. A lot of people recommend ratios of almond milk from between 2 parts water to 1 part almond to 5 parts water to 1 part almond. this is the equivalent of 2 cups. I think I want to go for the I'm going to go for a ratio that's kind of close to 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 because I want it to be a bit creamier. But if it doesn't work, you can always add more water and blend it up again. And also, I'm going to put a tiny dash of cinnamon in there. Right. Okay. So now I've got my food processor ready. So all I have to do is add the ingredients. So drop those almonds in. Don't forget to rinse them off after you soak them. You don't want that water, the fermented byproducts of the almond in your milk. Then I shall add the water. It's about 500 ml. I think I'm gonna add a bit more. I don't want my milk too thick. Then a tiny pinch of sea salt. No more than that. I'm gonna put some vanilla essence in. And finally, again, another tiny dash of cinnamon. Right, I'm going to put the molasses in off camera because these are really sticky. It takes ages to put in. Usually people like to also, as I forgot to mention, people also like to use dates. I actually ran out of all my dates yesterday, so I don't have any, unfortunately. But they're equally good and you can chuck them into. But yeah. Okay, right, so now the two most important things, arguably, are now to ensure that you've got a high speed blender, pardon me, and a nut milk bag. If you don't have one of these, you can use cheesecloth, but you have to be skilled in using cheesecloth, otherwise you can really make a mess. These nut milk bags are super, they're pretty inexpensive. You can get one and they're reusable for anywhere between £3 and £6 online. So yeah, you need that to strain the milk and get it to separate from the pulp, basically, because you don't want to drink the almond pulp. Right, so let's get this going and I will show you the results afterwards. Okay, so a minute's passed. Had this on high speed, so you can see it's really creamy and blended now, but it's got loads of fibrous material in there which we don't want. So now we got to pour into the nut milk bag and strain it out. Alright, so you put this aside and then squeeze. Alright, so the pulp is just in here. There are many recipes for it. A lot of people find it inedible. There are some people out there who even use almond milk pulp for exfoliation rubs. So, if you like that kind of stuff, get on it. And I know there are plenty of people out there who do like to take care of their skin. We all should. But anyway, if you don't even find a use for this, you can just throw it out. But there's a lot of fiber and there's a lot of good stuff in there. So it's probably good to look online to try to find some ways of bringing that back into use. But yep, here's the almond milk. So, like, you can see the consistency is pretty standard. Let me chuck it out into a glass. Whoa, that sounded wonderful. And now, let's have a little sip. It's really good. It's not, you do not have to follow it to the T. Sweeten it how you like. This is unsweetened, which is how, well, pretty much unsweetened, which is how I prefer it. Because I mix it in with smoothies and it comes out great. You just get that creaminess of the almond milk that permeates, but it's not overbearingly sweet. So yeah, this is good. You can store this almond milk in the fridge for a few days at least. And yeah, it will save you so much money. Like a bag of 185 grams of almonds cost me, I think it was £1. Hang on, £1.29, and that's like nothing. So £1.29 for a bag of those. You can make your own milk with some water. You'll get more than you would in a litre if you use enough water, and make it thinner, and you'll be saving money, and it's healthier. So yeah, there we have it. Here's the almond milk recipe. You can make this at home. As I said before, all you need is a high-speed blender, a nut milk bag or cheesecloth, the almonds, and something to sweeten it with. So you can generally use dates, but if you like molasses, maple syrup, dates, anything, vanilla, put what you like. You can even add chocolate or cacao to this, so cacao powder to make chocolate almond milk. I think I'm going to do that because I'm fancying something. I haven't used my cacao in a long time, so I might throw it in here. But anyway, all that aside, there's so much you can do at home that's homemade, it's fresh, and you know what the ingredients are. You're not being shortchanged, and it's so worth it. So I hope you learned something from this today. Please make your own almond milk. And if you have any suggestions about this recipe, you thought it could be improved, or you have your own little twists, feel free to share them. Tell your friends about my channel, and I'll see you for the next episode. Peace.